In today's mobility training tip, I'm going to be sharing a new hip activator I've been using that's going to help increase your range of motion, increase the mobility in your hips, but also it doubles as a core activator. But today we're just going to look at it through the lens as a mobility exercise and not as a core exercise. Fairly simple to start out. What we're going to be looking at cue is internal rotation. So remember when we've been in the 90-90 before? This is internal rotation of the hip. When the hip goes this way, that's internal rotation. Most people are lacking in that range of motion. So we're going to go here on our back. We're going to put this block, a medicine ball, whatever we can find, we're going to put it between our knees. About 90 degrees, knees stacked over hips. And then our toes, remember we can have pointed toes or active toes. Bring those toes towards your shins and really try to activate that shin. Pinch your knees together here and you're going to try to pull your feet apart here. What this is going to do is internally rotate your hip. If you were to move that block before, like say before, your feet are going to kind of be like this. When you pinch the block, it's going to bring your knees in, your feet apart, and that's internally rotating your hip in the socket here. Okay? You can keep your hands flat here. You can keep them underneath your low back. You can even go here. Whatever. You're pinching, you're pulling your knees apart, and then you're breathing through your lower belly. Keep your chin slightly tucked, keep a long neck. I like to maybe do like a hard pinch for maybe 5 seconds, where I'm really trying to pull those feet apart. Like you should feel some tension, you should almost feel some cramping in your hips. That's the whole premise. We're looking to override the nervous system to communicate to it, say, hey, this is an allowable range of motion. So we're pinching, and maybe relax for 5 to 10. You're lightly pinching, you're still here, but then you're breathing through your lower belly. You can pinch hard again, pull those feet apart. You can also prop your feet against the wall if that's more comfortable, but in the grand scheme of things, that exercise is going to go a long way in helping to cue this movement of your hip, okay? And as any athlete, if you're looking to run properly, have proper gait, proper walking motion, that's going to help get your feet straighter. You can balance your weight between all 4 corners of your feet. You can be more stable, more grounded, have better balance. That's a crucial integral motion for your hip to be healthy for anything. Specifically for my jiu-jitsu guys out there, when you're playing bottom game, jiu-jitsu, I mean, your hips are having to, be very complex and dynamic, but if you're playing a lot of bottom, butterfly hook-based game, or you're trying to have more of a range of your guard, the more range of motion you have in your hip joint that you can actually use, for any sport, you have increased function, you will have better performance. It's physics. If you have increased allowable range of motion, I'll repeat it again, you will be more functional. Plain and simple. You're not just passively increasing range of motion, we're gaining strength in that active neural control sort of fashion.